talk about branding. We That's an extremely important part of not even just Twitch, right? If you're trying to build a social media presence, of any sort, you have to understand and know what your brand is going to be, or at least have some idea of it.
Mhm.
So obviously, that healthy kid. I mean, we pretty much have somewhat of an idea of what your channel is about. Somewhat, we at least know that you're healthy.
Yeah,
Right? Like,
yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
old Pat here. You know, hey, healthy. Like, boy clearly likes to eat. You know what I mean? So, like, that healthy kid. I mean, it wouldn't work for me. But you wear it perfectly. So,
Yeah.
man, talk about, man, what you were doing the other day on your channel. I loved it when I seen you posted on Twitter. It made me smile, man. What were
Um,
you doing the other day for your Twitch channel?
so somebody stopped into my channel and they had donated some bits, and I'm not even sure how we really got on the topic. And they wanted me to do something. I was like, no, I won't do that, but I'll do push-ups for these bits. And I think it had to be like 154 bits or something. I was like, yeah, I can do 154. Like I'm down with that. So I do. It's probably I get through like 100 of them, and somebody else stops in, and this guy I know is gonna donate bits. I'm like, oh man, he stopped in. He hasn't been in here for a while, and he's like, oh, like what's going on with the stream? And everybody's like, oh, he's doing push-ups for bits, and then bang, 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 he donates like 300 bits. So over the whole night, I had to go and do 552 push-ups, which by the end, let's be honest, they weren't push-ups. They were more like me just barely pushing myself up off the ground half an inch, couple inches. But yeah, that's basically what ended up happening was I did push-ups for bits, and maybe that'll turn into something on my channel. I really don't know. I'm still kind of working on that, but it was definitely a really cool experience for sure.
Dude, that's fire, bro. I love it so much. Like, so you didn't. It wasn't something like you had planned on doing.
No, it wasn't planned at all. I was like, "Oh, he's donating bits and he wants me to do something for him." I was like, "Dang, right? So I'll do 154 push-ups for that." I'm down
Oh
with
my
that.
gosh, bro. That's
Yeah, it
just
was.
yeah. That's just being a trooper, bro. Like what at what number did you get to the point where it was like, oh no,
Oh, it was like 200.
yeah,
I was like, "Oh man, this sucks. I hate it." But I was like, people are telling me to like quit, save it till like tomorrow to finish it. I was like, "Nah, I'm finishing this right now. I'm not stopping. I don't care if it takes all night."
I respect it, dude. I respect
Yeah.
the heck out of it. So like, what did you do? Did you position your camera like
Yeah, I
down so
just
they could
pick up
see
my
you?
camera, put it on the floor, pump out like first off I did 50 push-ups, and then by the end of the night I was doing like 10 push-ups. I'd play a game, do 10 push-ups, kind of switch it up like that. But yeah, that's what I did. I would grab my camera and put it on the ground so people could see. And I'd have a whiteboard where I would kind of count them out so people didn't think that I was cheating or anything like that.
Right, right. So
Mhm.
you were just pumping them out.
Mhm. Near the end, I wouldn't call it that, but
Yeah, yeah. Oh
but
man,
no, man, it was
that's that's
it
cool.
was fun experience for sure. Everybody really enjoyed it and stuff. I shout out to like the 4 or 5 people that stayed till the end too. I really appreciate that.
Dude,
But no,
if I would have knew about it, I would have been in there. Like I just gotta see it.
oh
Like
man, it was funny.
that's a ton of push-ups, bro. That's awesome. So like stuff like that is a great example of something like extremely fun. Um,
Yeah,
it doesn't have to be premeditated. That's a lot of times
yeah.
where the best content comes from when spur of the moment.
Mhm.
Hey, I thought of something. Let's see how everybody feels about it.
Yeah,
Um,
exactly.
for those that don't know, that's how this podcast started.
For sure.
Um, Healthy, way I met Healthy, I seen him on Twitter a little bit. He came into my stream. I was streaming Farming Simulator. Dude came in showing a ton of love. I was like, man, I like this guy. We ended up talking for a minute. he sent me a host and all this very kind stuff. So I'm attracted to being around individuals who I feel like has a similar mindset, because
Mhm.
that's who I want to be around. I want to be around folks that want to win, not folks
Mhm.
that are want to dwell on all the negative stuff. So I started going to his stream. We would have these conversations. He'd be playing his game. I'd be in the chat, and we talk for hours. So one night I seen him on. I was like, "Oh man, let's see what my boy Healthy's doing." Went in there, and we started talking about mindset like we always do, and then just click.
Yeah.
Man, we need to like do a podcast.
Oh,
And Healthy was like, man, that'd be a great idea. He was like, you don't
yeah.
even have to include me, but I'd like to see that. I said, no,
Yeah.
bro, I want you to do it with me.
Uh,
1,000%. It wasn't a
uh,
hesitation, it wasn't anything like that. So that type of stuff, man, if you have an idea of what you want your channel to somewhat be like,
mhm.
um, go for it. And
Mhm.
you'll be streaming, you might be talking to somebody in the chat. Value your community. Your
Mm.
community gives you terrific ideas, right?
Yeah.
You'll find everything with your community. Moderators, all that stuff, folks that really rock with you, cut with you,
Yeah.
and so value your community, and they'll give you great ideas to help you better your channel. Like
Yeah.
Exado, for instance, he was like, "Man, you need to get a little Roost cam."
Yeah.
Have
Oh,
a
that's
camera,
a
little
great
Roost,
idea.
just like
Yeah.
going around everywhere.
Uh, that's a great idea.
Yeah, that's a
Yeah,
great. So I'm doing research right now, trying to figure out how I can make that happen. If
for
there's a
sure.
way I can do it with obviously with the health of my Rooster, top
Mm,
priority. If I can do it without hurting him, I
yeah,
might look into that.
for
Um,
sure.
so stuff like that. Also, speaking of my Rooster, when I was starting my channel, um, somebody came in the other day and said the word gimmick. Um, I don't like that word.
Oh yeah.
I don't like that word. When somebody says gimmick,
Hmm.
that implies that you're straying from your authenticity, which we'll get into
Oh,
here in a
oh,
minute.
oh,
And I'm
I
like,
get you.
oh, like actually, if you look at my Instagram, like Lil Roos, he's been flying off ceiling fans and doing all types
Yeah,
of wild
exactly.
stuff. I
Yeah,
mean, it
yeah,
just so happens that, and Healthy, you've seen it, a bunch of folks have seen
yeah,
it.
for sure.
He's up there right now. He might go peck around, look for some crickets or something like that. He'll
Yeah,
come back up there. That's just what he
yeah.
does.
No, exactly.
So stuff like that, are sticking to yourself, being
Yeah.
yourself are great things that you can do for your channel, and then you
Hmm.
can go outside your channel on Instagram, Twitter, and use those same type of things to build back into your Twitch channel. What you think about that?
Definitely. That you hit some great points there, especially about just kind of coming up with a basis on what your channel's founded of. Even just generally in my life, I've kind of come up with like 3 or 4 core values that I've put in the middle of that and kind of built around. Most of it is family related, just as far as like making sure that I'm a good role model and taking care of my family and stuff. But I think you hit a really good point on, and even for your channel, right? What whatever kind of values you want to pass along. I can remember the first time I think we talked, or maybe it was the second time we talked. You're like, man, I really like talking about this positive stuff. I really like going and reaching out to my chat and stuff. And I was like, man, Pat, this is your platform. Because I can remember we were talking about motivational speakers. Do you remember that? And I was like, man, this is your platform to do it on. Like Les Brown or Eric Thomas, they have their own thing. They can go and do motivational speaking, but this can be where you start for sure.
I remember that, bro.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
I
that was,
I I, I remember that. I'm so glad you brought that up. Yeah, I
mm,
remember you were in the stream. We were chopping it up and stuff like that. I think I went off on a rant, and I said something about man, I'd love to be able to one day to just speak to folks. I enjoy speaking to folks. I think I said I would one day I'd like to speak to a bunch of people.
Mhm.
Whenever down the line, I'm patient. I really don't care when. But then you were like, dude, like, bam, light bulb. You're like, what do you think you're doing right now? You know,
Yeah.
and I was just like, duh, Pat.
Yeah,
You
I
know what
can
I
remember
mean?
you were really fired up when I said that.
Yeah, it was because that meant a lot for me, a lot to me for you saying that.
Mhm.
And for sure, Twitch is our platform as streamers.
Definitely.
And like you said with the whole role model thing,
Yep.
listen. You can operate your channel however you want to.
Yep.
If you want to be no filter, that's up to you.
Mhm.
Obviously that's the freedom of Twitch. You can be a role model or you can say whatever's on your mind, you know,
Yep.
whatever you want to do. But
For
that
sure.
was extremely important to me too. I'm like, I'm not perfect. None of us are by any means. Um,
Mhm.
but if a younger person comes to my stream, for me personally, it's important to
Yeah.
me that he doesn't come to my stream and hear all this types of crazy stuff and then think it's okay and go to school the next day and say the same things. That's
Yeah.
just not what I want. But
Mhm.
you can run your channel however you want. And at the same time, parents should they be watching what their kids are monitoring what their kids are watching? Sure, but
Mhm.
electronics are everywhere, and it's nothing for a kid to get a tablet or something, go in their room, then
Yeah.
just look up random streamers. So
For sure. And there's
that's
so many young kids watching too that are like 10 and under.
yes.
It's crazy, man. I never would have thought that like if I was looking back like at 10 years old that I'd have a phone by the time I'm like 12 years old. That's crazy. It is really crazy. But pulling back to that whole making your personal brand thing and stuff, even with me, like I'm not going by any means and saying I'm some fitness expert or anything. I know probably like 5%, not maybe not even about like fitness stuff, right? I just like working out. I'm not gonna lie and say I'm the best, most healthiest guy out there. I go to the gym all the time, I work out all the time. I just like going and doing it. And I'm starting to post videos on it. I think I posted my first video today. I'm not sure if you've seen it or not, but I'm just kind of getting to the gel with that and trying to test it out because it's something that I like to do, right? It's just a disclaimer that I'm not going to be the best at it, but I'm going to try it because I like it.
That's a great point to make, and I also think that that's perfectly with your name. Your name doesn't imply that you're the a fitness expert, right? No, or
Exactly.
anything like
Yeah,
that. It's just, hey, I'm that healthy kid.
for
You
sure.
know, it's perfect for sure. We got a question. I'd like to go ahead and answer it. Because it'd be a while before we could do like Q&A at the end, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Sujat, salute, brother. Appreciate you being here. He asked, did you guys always have webcam, or were you against it at first?
Mhm.
Um, Healthy, like, how do you feel about that, man?
I was kind of against it a little bit at the start. Like I started streaming for maybe a month or something, and I really wasn't getting a ton of views. I was building a little bit of a gap with some people, like building some personal relationships and stuff. But I think one of my regulars had dropped in and were like, "Man, why don't you have a webcam?" And I kind of thought about it, and I was like, "Yeah, like how many people do it? It's not that big of a deal." I was like, "Sure, I'll get a webcam and give it a try." But no, to answer your question, I was against it at the start, but I don't see it as a terribly big deal, right? You don't want your personal business going on in the background or anything private being shown, but that's pretty much my only pet peeve with it.
When you, got your webcam, up and go on your camera, were
Hmm.
you nervous at first?
For sure, I was for sure, right? Because you're getting a camera shoved in your face all the time, so you're accountable for your actions all the time,
Awesome.
right? And that's the different thing. I don't really want to cut you off on it too much, but you got to be accountable for everything you do on Twitch. Coming back to there's 10 and under kids watching your stream. You can go and cuss on there. You can go and say ignorant things or do ignorant things. That's fine. But you got to remember that these kids are watching, and that's a big, big viewer base that you're letting go of if their parents find out. You know what I mean? Because I wouldn't want my kid watching that. That's terrible. some of the stuff I see on it. It's ridiculous, man. It's absolutely ridiculous. But what's your take on the webcam?
Um, to answer your question, that was a great take, Healthy, by the way. Um, great, made a lot of great points. Jack, for me personally, I never had a PlayStation camera. Because I started off on console, so I never had a PlayStation camera. But I remember I went to Best Buy on my way home from work, and I picked one up, hooked it up, and everything. And my first night streaming, I was using a camera. Um,
Mm,
Now I've been on the other side of a camera, a bunch, but being on this side of it, um, was I nervous? I'm sure if I really think back, ish,
mm-hmm.
probably.
Mm-hmm.
Um, then at the same time, knowing that I'm just starting, so I'm probably not gonna have viewers anyway, right?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
I'm from day one, I was playing the long game,
Mm-hmm.
so I wasn't too much worried about that part of it. But just being on this side of the camera, I'm sure I was.
Mm-hmm.
I can't remember, but I'm sure I was. But yeah, I had one day one. But once I got on the side of the camera, I fell in love. Yeah,
Yeah.
personally, I don't know. It's super fun.
It is.
It's just some people can see your facial reactions and stuff. It's a blast.
Oh
It's
yeah.
just a blast. I mean, if you don't want to use one, like I can say, you can operate your stream however you want. There's plenty
Yeah.
of folks that don't use it that have very successful streams. Um, just for me personally, I just love the interaction. I feel like it's more, personal.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's awesome, man.
Yeah. You
It's
definitely do build
awesome.
a little bit of a more personal bond with that. For sure you do. For sure you do.
The emotion and everything, you can just see it. Um,
Yeah.
I'm sure somebody's not using the camera, you could hear it, but being able to
Well,
actually, visually see that, it's a different type of feel.
especially like for you when you go into like your talks or your rants or whatever, if people can see you talking about it and kind of get your little bit of a take on it and see your expression, that's a big thing for your personal brand. You know what I mean? If people can actually see and actually see the emotion that you're talking about, like see the expression in your face, that's ridiculously good, man. That adds so much more than you just hearing it for that personal brand.
So, agreed.
Mhm.
When somebody, or if you know how it is, if you raise somebody or something like that, and they have a camera and they get excited,
Mhm.
it just makes your heart smile. I don't know how else to explain it.
Yeah.
It's
No.
just a very, very, very warm feeling. Um,
Mhm.
1,000%. Healthy. Going back to Brandon,
Yeah.
how important do you think it is for a guy, a gal to start building their brand and remaining, authentic to it instead of just doing something that they really don't want to do, but they feels like it'll bring them in more traffic.
I think it's a big, 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 big thing. And I'm going to talk a little bit about me for a second, but especially when I put my name as that healthy kid, people are expecting that you're going to be healthy and you're going to do healthy things. So that in a way is kind of giving me a kick in the butt, been like, okay, I'm going to go for a run today. Okay, I'm going to go to a gym today. Right. And not even to the fact where I care what other people think, but I came up with that name, and if I'm not doing what I've called myself, that's it. It makes me feel guilty, right? I'm getting called up on myself basically if I'm being like if I'm being terrible like that. You know what I mean? So as far as being authentic goes, I think you've got to be authentic because otherwise, you're gonna get called out for it eventually. At some other point, you're gonna get called out for it, and you might not care. Who cares? You might just go on with your day. But if you're going to build a personal brand, at least put some effort into it and care about it a little more. You know what I mean? Because if you don't care about it, that's what's going to happen. It's just going to unfold, and that's just the way it's gonna be.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I lost on that, but
Agreed. No, I agree with that.
mm,
It's it's undeniably important. It's
yeah,
undeniably important when you talk to your community, when
yeah,
you're starting to build a community. You know, doing things on Instagram, Twitter,
mhm,
whatever social platform that's driving traffic to your Twitch channel.
mhm,
Um, you're saying certain stuff on Twitter. I mean,
yeah,
folks that you don't even know, like
yeah,
there are professional lurkers.
mhm,
You know, there are folks that watch you from afar. There are
for
folks
sure.
that I watch from afar when I have the chance to. You know, that I admire, that I see, that I respect, that's doing their thing, that I watch from afar.
Yeah,
Um, when you say one thing to your community and do another, if you don't think that you're gonna not get called out on that, like
yeah,
it's a big deal, and you can not care what folks think. I don't,
mhm,
but the issue is that you can only fool your community for so long. So
mhm,
you're gonna get called out, and then your community is just gonna start. It was going in an upward trend, and now it's just gonna start declining because folks can see that you're not who you say you are.
exactly.
So like with your name being that healthy kid, you expressed it greatly. You know
Mhm,
why you have that name and the standard that you have for that name. Uh,
definitely.
for my name being, your favorite Texan, you know, I mean, I wear my state on my back.
Yeah,
I wear my state on my back. I love being you love being healthy. I I feel very blessed and honored to be a Texan.
yeah,
You know, Texas is a place I really love to be. That's the reason why that's my my follower notification sound.
yeah,
Because that's where I really love to be, and that's important.
mhm,
If one day I was like, yeah, I hate Texas, that'd be weird.
yeah,
That would be weird. like,
yeah.
like, like, folks would probably think I'm trolling at first, but it would
Oh,
just be weird,
yeah, yeah,
And at the same time, my name can be kind of bold to somebody because
mm,
most people know somebody from Texas, whether it's online or even the folks that live in Texas.
yeah,
So me saying your favorite Texan, but it's out of love,
mhm,
and I might not be your favorite Texan, but you have a favorite Texan,
yeah, exactly.
right? And
Yeah,
for folks that actually live here in the state and they've been showing me love, they like my name and stuff like that. It's been very humbling and stuff like that. So just remain who you are. I sent a tweet out, I think it was yesterday, John, about when you stray too far away from your authenticity, you can get in trouble.
yeah,
Um, I mean, I couldn't agree with that more, right?
mhm,
You got to remain who you are. If you're boring, you're boring.
yeah.
There's nothing wrong with being boring.
No,
I consider myself boring,
yeah, yeah.
right?
No, I hear you too, man. Like it's the same thing with me. I don't know why some people tune into my streams all the time. Like I like to have fun with people, but at the same time, it's like, oh man, I'm not gonna judge you, but you feel kind of boring to yourself. But people find that interesting. I think honestly, for everybody has that. It could be something so big or just something so small that brings somebody back. It's just one unique factor. Everybody's unique, and it doesn't even have to be a good thing. It can be a bad thing, like, oh man, this guy rages on this game all the time. I love it when he rages on this
Yeah,
game. He laughs so hard. You know what I mean? It's just a
facts,
personal thing that people just connect with, and they just love it about you.
facts,
So
man.
back to whole being authentic. That's what you need to do. Whether it's good or bad, people will still come. You know what I mean?
Agreed. Agreed, man, for sure. Like whatever it is about you, you know,
Yeah.
let your personality shine. Sooner or later, there's gonna be somebody, or that comes to your stream that's just like you. or
Mhm.
have similar traits, and just like, man, I like this dude. I like this chick.
Yeah.
Like, I'm gonna stay for a while, whatever it is.
Yeah.
And at the same time, you have folks that have completely opposite personalities that'll come to your stream and like
Yeah.
that yin and yang, right?
Yeah.
Like Gribsy is a dude I watches. He's Losi Dosi's friend.
Oh yeah.
And he plays with Losi. Losi's pretty chill.
Yeah.
Gribbs, he rages.
Oh yeah.
I personally haven't. I don't really like watching like people rage like that.
Yeah.
But the way he does it, it's just funny, man.
Oh yeah.
It's just so real, and it's just funny to me. So you'll have folks that aren't like you personality wise, but still enjoy watching you too. So I couldn't stress this more. Remain you. People will love you for it.
Mhm. Definitely. Definitely. For sure. So, as far as authenticity goes, that's a huge thing for streaming. But like, is there any other big traits that you would think about would be huge for people starting out, or just even people in general? You know what I mean? That are whether it's 6 months, a year in, as far as like maybe like patience and consistency goes.
Yeah. Patience wise, that was a great segue. Patience wise, whether it's your first day
Hmm.
or whether you're thinking about streaming 6 months, I don't care. Your partner, this applies to everyone. Um, you have to be beyond patient.
Mm.
I mean, beyond patient, not even a little bit.
Yeah.
It's so necessary um, to remain and be patient because check this out. Even if you experience some success, right?
Hmm.
Like you might
Yeah.
have a really good stream one
Mm.
night. You know, you did your numbers, you did what you were supposed to do. You talked about your stream on Twitter.
Yeah.
You're going live at this time and
Mm.
stuff like that. And did the same thing that you did the day before where you had a great stream.
Yeah.
Do it the next day, you might get
Yeah.
two viewers. It
Nope.
happens.
That's the truth. That's exactly what happened. I had a record high this week. I think it was it yesterday or 2 days ago? I hit like 25 viewers while I was playing this game. I was like, "Holy man, I've never ever had that before." And then the next stream I did of the same game, same time, I only got 2 viewers. Right?
Yeah.
And it wasn't a big deal. It's like, "Okay, well, whatever," right? There's nothing I'm going to do. There's nothing I'm going to change about it. I just got to keep doing my thing. And for that, that was huge for me that I actually got that many people hosting and popping into my stream. That really made me feel good.
Oh, I'm telling you, I was smiling ear to ear
Yeah.
when I was at work and I was, at the homepage scrolling and I seen your name and I seen that you had that milestone and
Yeah.
it made me really happy, brother. I was like, man, this dude deserves it for sure.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Um,
Well,
Go ahead.
and it really felt good after because I had a little bit of a hiccup this weekend. I honestly, to be honest with you guys, I'm going to say this on stream. I had a big thing go on this weekend, and it really hit me as far as whether I wanted to quit. And I know that's a big thing that me and Pat have pushed where it's, oh, these guys are quitting in like 3 or 4 months. What are they doing? They're doing this. They're not thinking it through. Somebody had talked to me about it and they disliked what I was doing. And I really took this person's value to heart, like what they said, their opinion. And I really had to sit down and think about as far as streaming what I wanted to do with it and how far I wanted to go with it. And chose to continue streaming regardless of their opinion. But it was a big thing for me as far as to move on with that. And that last stream really helped out with that. It really did. But I just want to let you guys all know big things like that happen. Keep doing what you're doing. Don't let anybody else get in your head. Don't anybody else let change your opinion. And I'm not saying go and take other people's opinions and kind of pick apart and maybe change your opinion to that. But keep doing what you're doing. Don't let anybody else change your mind. Follow your heart. End of story.
10,000%. 10,000%, man. I love that you brought that up, bro.
Hmm.
Which
I
is,
think
go ahead.
I feel bad because that's what we talk about all the time about it, and all of a sudden, would you look at that? That healthy kid's thinking about quitting, and I didn't really want to talk about it, but I do want to talk about it because I think it's a big thing. I don't think I'm the only one who's ever done that. Has had somebody say something, or maybe something's came up, and they're like, you know what? I'm gonna quit this. I don't like it, just because of what other people have said. It was a big thing for me to go and say, no, I'm gonna keep doing what I'm doing because I liked it.
1,000. And that's the key, right? What makes
Yeah,
you happy?
for sure, for sure.
And I don't know, like what makes you happy. Streaming makes, dude.
Exact.
I see your face light up, man. I've talked to you. The
Hmm.
stuff that folks don't see. You know, chopping it up late night in Discord. You know, Twitter. DM stuff
Yeah.
like that. Um, I know you've been absolutely beyond thrilled, humble
Hmm.
for just somebody going out of their way and saying something kind about you.
Man, it was like the stream the other night. Some kid told me he's a younger viewer of mine. He's a regular. I play with him all the time. He told me I'm a good role model for him. It's like, man, like stuff like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
As stupid as that is, like, oh, he's just watching some kid on Twitch, right? But if I can be that for that kid, that's even just that one kid. Who cares? That's it. You know what I mean?
for
Like
sure, for
that's
sure.
huge.
It means everything.
Yeah.
It means everything.
Yeah.
See, EP said haters gonna hate. They're only there as a reminder of your own success that they're jealous of.
Mm,
EP, yes, but we have to remember is that that can be anybody. Right? Like you could be streaming. That could be your spouse, right?
mm,
That could be brother, your sister, your
yeah.
your parents.
Yeah.
Somebody that thinks that they're looking out for you.
Mhm.
But as far as they've got it wrong, though, so it
Yeah.
could be somebody that loves you to death, and it comes from
Yeah.
a very loving place.
Definitely.
But they say, "Hey, I don't like this. You need to stop doing it," or something like that. At that point, you've got to stay in your own head and keep on keeping on doing what makes you happy because there's nothing wrong with it. So
Yeah.
a lot of times, it can be a hater, but a lot of times it's somebody that does love you, but they just got it wrong. And
And
you
that's
have to understand, and filter out, the
yeah.
goods and the bad.
Yeah.
Like I love my mama to death. Like
Mhm.
I've got her mama's boy. I got that in my Twitter bio. I
Yeah.
love my mom to death. Most important person on this earth.
Yeah.
My mom, my sister, do anything for him.
Yeah.
God bless my mom. If she said tonight, boy, you need to stop streaming. That's
Yeah.
what my mom. Boy, you need to stop streaming. Mama, I love you. I'm gonna keep streaming.
Yeah.
I mean, and that's tough when it gets to that type of those close people in your life
Yeah.
that you would do anything for.
For sure.
You can say it's easy,
Yeah.
but when it actually comes up, it's something else.
Well, and that's the thing. We were getting so good with this podcast. We were really getting it rolling. And this person that had talked to me, I value their opinion. They love me to death. Same like you were just talking. But they weren't a hater at all and just completely blindsided me, right? Because I do take this person's opinion to heart so much that I had to literally sit down and be like, whatever, I'm gonna do what I'm gonna do. I love you no matter what, but I'm gonna have to say no. I'm gonna do my own thing on this,
It's
and that was a big thing for me to step up and do
it's,
for
it's
sure.
huge. It's huge. Dude, I'm glad. I'm really glad that you brought that up. Um,
And yeah,
so
I am.
that's transparency for one.
Mhm.
which is another thing because that's remaining authentic. Authentic.
Yep.
And two, there are thousands upon thousands of folks that start streaming who have somebody in their life that's against it.
Yep.
There are folks watching the stream right now that has some person in their life that doesn't agree with what they're doing. Feels like
Yep.
they spend too much time doing what they're doing.
Yep.
And sometimes you are.
Mhm.
It depends on what you want out
Yep.
of Twitch and what you want out of life.
Mm.
Right? I mean, I'll be transparent here. I work 6 days a week.
Yep.
99% of the time. In the calendar year, the last 2 years, I've been working 6 days a week.
Mhm.
Over 90% of the time. 12 hours a day.
Mhm.
Friday, tomorrow, I don't stream on Friday.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if I've ever streamed on Friday. Maybe when I first started for a week or two.
Yeah.
Friday is a day when I get off of work tomorrow.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go see my mom.
Nice.
My sister's gonna be over there.
Yeah.
Friday, rain or shine, is a day that I set aside for them.
Right on.
I'll stay there till whenever. I have to work Saturday morning, but
Yeah.
I don't care. I'll stay there till whenever. And then when I go home, I still have to handle my responsibilities with my animals.
Yep.
I seen somebody, Jack was talking about work-life balance in the chat, which is, and that's another whole great subject. But
Yeah.
it's give or take. Sorry was our guest last week,
Yep.
and he made a good point. If you got a spouse or something like that, let them know what you're doing. Show them.
Yeah.
Invite them in. When somebody
Yep.
can actually see, not only you streaming, but the behind the scenes of the work that you put on Twitter, Insta, all that stuff. That'll give them more peace, at least knowing what you're doing.
Definitely.
And if you're really trying to stream and you have a spouse or something like that, if you want to make both work,
Yep.
you have to. You have to do that. You have to bring them in. There's no other option.
And that's the thing. I don't think anybody should go away from their responsibilities either. Right? Maybe these people are talking to you. These people that are saying, "Oh, you got to quit streaming so much," or "You got to quit streaming." Maybe you're putting a little bit of strain on your relationships, or maybe you're putting strain on yourself. Maybe these people are looking from the outside in and seeing you. You're not looking after your physical or mental health, and it's starting to affect you. Right? I'm not saying go against what those people are saying. So I kind of think, like I said, you got to take their opinion in and self-reflect a little bit as far as how you've been doing streaming. Are you taking care of yourself? That's a whole other thing I want to talk about as far as you making sure you want to take care of yourself when you're streaming. But yeah, just take their opinion and self-reflect with it. And at the end of the day, your decision is your decision. But just make sure you're not putting strain on your personal relationships or yourself too much. You only have one life, so you gotta look after yourself and the people that you love, especially, for sure.
1,000%. Real quick here, Sean is major salute, brother. Appreciate the raid. Um, I couldn't agree more. I can't wait to talk about that too, though. With, like you said, the well-being and taking care of yourself.
Yeah.
I really want to talk about that sometime because with your take and my take,
Yeah,
I feel like in the end it's gonna be the same.
for
But I
sure.
feel like we're gonna have a few differences, and all out of love, all out of love.
Yeah. Oh,
But
for
I
sure.
think we're gonna have a few differences on it.
Yeah.
Shoot, let's get into it right now.
All
so
right. All right.
so taking care of yourself, your well being, obviously. That goes with your brand, for one. I mean, you're
Yeah.
healthy. I know you believe in sleep, which I do too. I believe in sleep.
Mhm.
I believe in hustling, working your face off, but sleep
Yeah.
is extremely important. To make
Yeah.
sure that you're doing your best with the hours you do have during the day, 18 hours,
Yeah.
something like that. So what would you say to someone like me I'll use myself for example,
Yeah.
um, who works ton during the day,
Yeah.
um, comes home, take care of his stuff,
Yeah.
streams. You know,
Good man.
a lot of times has 21-hour days, um,
Yeah.
but like loves it though.
Yeah.
Like, what would you say to somebody like me?
As far as what? As far as like you
Take it,
wanting to like
take care of myself.
as you taking care of yourself, I think
Hmm.
you're taking care of yourself, right? If you want to go and you want to either gain a little bit of weight or you want to lose a little bit of weight, that's totally your choice. But you got to make sure that you put in that time to go and do it. You know what I mean? If you're happy with the way you are, that's totally fine. Unless there's physical complications where your health is getting away from you, then definitely go and change it. But if we're coming down to the where, oh, I just want to lose a little bit of weight, I want to gain a little bit of weight kind of thing, or gain a little bit of muscle or look a little bit better for this girl who works at the supermarket so I can take her out on a date, then yeah, man, go and put like whether it's 30 to an hour in each day or every second day. And yeah, that's pretty much all you got to do. It's just about right here. You know what I mean? You got to make that decision for yourself that, okay, I'm going to do it for this reason and just pull that ripcord and away you go, baby. You know what I mean? Right?
Right on.
You know what I mean? If that makes sense.
It makes a ton of sense, man, for sure. And I will say, like, that's the one thing, that I've, quite frankly, haven't made the biggest priority.
Yeah.
That's why I said my name couldn't be that healthy kid. I mean,
Yeah.
I like, I'm texting, I like great barbecue, fried food. I mean, this time of year, it's it's,
Yeah.
but I need to
No.
get better. I
Yeah.
understand. I take ownership. I'm not making excuses. I
Yeah.
need to get better.
Yeah.
Um, but I'm just like, so my mind, I'm just like, no, I need to
Mm.
do this. I need to get this done. My health will come later.
Yeah.
Like
Oh yeah.
going back to back nights,
Yeah.
sometimes for me,
Yeah.
3 hours of sleep and doing another, 21 hour a day,
Yeah.
the next day, it's something that I know is not good short
Yeah.
term for my health.
Yeah.
But it's like, man, I got to,
Mm.
because with where I work, where I decided to work at, and me deciding to have a bunch of animals, it's my responsibility to you know, keep what I've got going
Yeah.
on.
For sure.
But at the same time, man, I gotta grind. Like
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
just it is what it is for me.
For sure. Yeah.
I've made this choice, and Sunday I try to catch up on sleep.
Yeah.
But just being quite frank with y'all, y'all make sure y'all take care of yourselves.
Exactly.
Y'all
Yeah.
whatever works for you.
Yeah.
If you can get through the day, work your face off and be good with, we can operate on 6 hours of sleep, right?
Yeah.
So if you can
For
get
sure.
6 hours of sleep, man, go for it.
Yeah.
Listen, I'm telling you right now though, there's gonna be times doing this Twitch thing. If you got other stuff going on, if you're trying to show love and everything on Twitter, you're going to be up one,
Mhm.
2 o'clock in the morning.
Oh, yeah. It takes forever, man. Yeah. Yeah, it takes a long time. It takes a long time. And to get back to that whole thing, like I there's a quote from a book I read. It was Rise and Grind by Damon John. I'm not sure if you know who Damon John is from Shark Tank. He's the guy who
But
made
yeah, Fubu.
that clothing brand Fubu.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, he said if you want to go and get 8 hours of sleep or whatever, like change from like maybe let's say like a 5 hour sleep to an 8 hour sleep. That's
Hmm.
fine, but you just got to make sure that you're putting in that work to go and be able to switch to that 5 to 8 hour time. You know what I mean? And to
That's
take care of yourself at the same time.
1,000. Yeah, just maximize the hours that you do have, right?
Yeah, yeah,
I think
exactly.
that's the most important. I think that's the most important part for sure. Like I said, whatever works for you works for you.
Yeah.
Um, and again, your happiness is key.
Mm,
21-hour days, do they get
yeah.
physically exhausting for me?
Oh,
For
terribly.
sure. For sure,
Yeah.
for sure. I'm just so in love with the journey and the process that when I'm physically tired, my mental just kicks in.
Yeah.
It
Yep.
has to.
Yep.
It has to. I've got stuff going on. I've got to keep it up. So it's just I don't have any other choice for what I desire, for what I want to get out of Twitch
Yep.
and everything else. Is
Definitely.
foot to the feet to the pavement. Now the great thing about that is, right, John, is that most folks don't have like an extreme schedule like that,
Mm,
right?
yeah.
I mean, most folks aren't. There are some like you do. You
Yep.
stream. I mean, you work 12-hour days,
Yep.
but you don't usually work 6 days a week.
Yeah, it kind of changes. Sometimes I'll work like 4 or 5 days and work like 2 nights. So I will work over a week straight,
Mm-hmm.
which it does suck.
Mm-hmm.
But you got to make sure I got to make sure that I'm getting my sleep and staying focused because my job needs that, right? I need that 6 hours sleep because if something happens, my I'm put on the line for that, right? I got to go and make sure I look after myself and other people out there. But I need to make sure I get that 6 hours sleep and make sure that I'm just taking care of my stuff. If I have time to go and stream after that, that's fine. But at the end of the day, I'm gonna make sure that I'm taking care of that job and what I'm doing because it is safety sensitive and things can get out of hand for sure.
I agree 1,000%.
Hmm.
We're both blue collar. Like safety is especially when dealing with like our type of industries. Um,
Yeah,
Somebody can get hurt quick. So like I
exactly.
said, if you're y'all know what y'all need to be doing, right?
Yep.
If you've got a job like Healthy has, like I have, and you need that 6 hours to make sure that you're tip top,
Hmm.
make it to work safely. Your safety and your well being is extremely important.
Yep.
For sure. So make sure that you're doing what you need to be doing to allows you to keep on working, so you can continue to drive, your finances into other things,
Yep.
so you can keep your stuff rolling. But
Hmm.
yeah, make sure y'all take care of yourselves. 1,000%. Like last night, I I had a real late night to steel mill.
Oh yeah.
You know,
Oh yeah.
I worked about 15 hours.
Yep.
So I was looking at the time, the stuff I had to do when I got home. I
Hmm.
very very rarely cancel a stream, but
Hmm.
we also had a really big meeting this morning. And man, Pat, you gotta have to get some rest because you got to be awake in that meeting tomorrow.
Oh yeah.
So
Yeah.
I didn't stream.
Yeah.
It's gonna be some nights where you're not gonna be able to stream, which is fine. That's what Twitter is
Exactly.
for. Let
Yeah.
your community know, and it'll be all good.
Yeah, and not even that, but if you got the time, like let's say you can't go and put in the time to stream, but we're going to my kid's soccer practice where he's on the field for maybe like 10 or 15 minutes at a time. Why can't you go and jump on Twitter or Discord and work on that? You know what I mean? That's huge for your Twitch. Ridiculously huge. Building those personal relationships or just even going and jumping on Twitter, dropping tweets left and right. Like, if you want to get your name out there, that's definitely one of the ways to do it. Other than if you can't stream, obviously, for you know what I mean? But
For sure, for sure.
exactly. Sean, maximize the time for sure.
Yeah,
Max
yeah.
100%.
Right, and then also you could do like an IRL, with your
Yeah,
phone on Twitch.
definitely.
If for nothing else, while you know your kids are having a break or something like that during soccer practice, just saying, what's up, salute to everybody,
Mhm.
and stuff like that. Man, just let your community know what's going on.
Yep.
They're gonna be there for you. You show love to them, they're gonna show love back. It's just how it is.
And that's I was so amazed and I've said this like at least 6 or 7 times before, but I'm so amazed at how much love you can get from these people on Twitter and even Discord. Like it's ridiculous from maybe just even like a follow back or a nice couple words to okay, we're gonna go to a charity stream because you know what, this person's having a hard time with their life. Like I've seen those two extremes and it's crazy to me. I've only been on here for 4 months how that happens. It's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous how kind hearted people are.
Dude, man, that's a great point. I had no idea. I didn't. I don't think any of us did.
Yeah.
It goes with what we say all the time. When you are just genuine, you genuinely give love to the community and don't expect anything in return.
Yeah.
It's amazing, just the love that you get shown.
Yeah.
I had no idea, Healthy.
It's honestly, it's truly amazing. But to pull back to this whole consistency thing, how do you feel coming up with a schedule every week is? How important do you think that is, Pat?
Extremely,
Yeah.
if you're able to.
Yeah.
If you're able to, it's extremely important. Obviously, if you've got work, some type of gig where uh, you're on call or whatever, there's just some things that you're going to be out of town. There's so many variables.
Yeah.
But if you're able to come with some sort of schedule every week, and you can just, if you have to alternate, like example, wasn't able to stream yesterday. I let everybody know it's all good. But if you're able to do it, it's just important.
Definitely.
Because folks that really rock with you, people that you see in your stream all the time, they want to know, hey, when you streaming, brother? And they'll hit you up on Twitter.
And for me, honestly, like I've seen other people be like, okay, I'm going to be streaming at this time. And, I'm like, you know what? I'm going to go and I'm going to set up a raid for this person because they've been busting their butt. And I'm like, yeah, I'm going to set a raid up for this person. I'm going to go and stream till this time. And then bang, I'm just going to hit them with a raid.
Yeah.
It just set them off. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It helps a lot. A lot.
A ton. A ton. And so if you're unable to make a schedule, that's fine.
Yeah.
If you know that day, an hour before, 30 minutes before, that you're going to be able to stream, Twitter.
Yeah.
And that's something that you can pin to your profile on Twitter that, hey, I want to thank the community, this and that. Unfortunately, I don't have a set schedule right now. But when I am going live, I'm gonna let y'all know right here.
Yeah.
So, and then, a feature that obviously I'm still new to Twitter, a feature that I learned the other day was you can set notifications when somebody sends a tweet. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of folks do know that. So if I'm looking for Healthy when he's going live, I'll just hit the notification. I think it's a bell. I think it's a whole cowbell looking deal. Like on YouTube, I can set that. So whenever you send a tweet out, I get a notification. Oh shoot, I got time. Healthy's live. Let me go check it out.
No, exactly. Oh man, we hit some good points tonight.
For sure.
We hit some awesome points, man.
For sure. And you want to get chat's buzzing, bro.
They are.
Want to do Q&A?
Yeah, I'm pumped for it. I'm down for that.
Let me go scroll up here. If y'all have a question, please ask it again.
Yeah.
And just to let y'all know, I'm not trying to ignore y'all or anything like that. We just kind of, so when we upload it to SoundCloud, it's kind of just the podcast, but we're all about questions and things like that.
I've seen there's really good discussion going on here.
Yeah, I was noticing that too.
Some really good ones. But yeah, if you guys got any questions, whether it's personal about me or Pat, or just even about the topics we've been talking about, don't be afraid to ask at all.
Yeah, for sure.
Whether it's about streaming or not.
Dido said, remember there's 24 hours in a day. If you want it bad enough, you can find time. 10,000%. And that, just real quick, that's how I feel.
Yeah.
I want it so bad. 21-hour days, something I just got to do sometimes. It is what it is.
Yeah.
Nothing to complain about. Nobody forced me to work. Nobody forced me to have livestock and everything else. It's something I wanted, so I just have to make time for it. It's simple as that. And when you love it, you'll make time for it. If you work 8 hours in a day.
Yep.
Real quickly, just real quickly. Healthy, don't let me talk about this more than 5 minutes.
All right, buddy. All right.
Please, please, please. If
Yeah.
you work 8 hours in a day and you cannot find time to stream, please tell me why. Post it in the chat. I'd love to hear why. Please let me know. We've done it before. I've broken down an 8-hour workday. There's so much time.
Ridiculous amount of time.
Like,
Like if I had an extra 4 hours of stuff to do, like that just it's giving me goosebumps already, man. If I had an extra 4 hours to do stuff instead of go to work, whew, ridiculous. Ridiculous.
it's huge, man.
It is. Intellect asked you a question. What's you? Oh, dang! I went way too high. What did he ask here?
What you thank for?
Yeah. Maybe he's saying what you're thankful for.
Is that what you asked me? What am I thankful for?
That could be it.
Nate?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
cool,
see
yeah.
that, Sean.
What did Sean ask?
How do you guys balance the games that you play between variety or one game?
Oh, okay, sure. I'll answer that. If I enjoy playing a game, example, Farming Simulator.
Mm-hmm.
I was playing Farming Simulator. I hadn't really been playing that one too long either. And then
Yeah.
I got Far Cry. So if I can attest to this. I'm playing Farming Sim, but I also really want to play Far Cry.
Mm-hmm.
Is the community okay with it?
Mm-hmm.
Right on. And if you're not enjoying the game you're playing, but you want to play another game, but you stick to that one just for numbers, because you, without even trying to made your channel just based on one game,
Yeah.
the reality is you're going to lose some viewers. It's as simple as that. If you let your community know, you're going to lose some viewers. But you got to play the game that's going to make you happy. Don't play this game. Don't make it a real nasty grind. Man, I got to stream this game tonight. Oh.
You gotta have fun with it. And I've worried about some streamers. There's a couple people I follow and they play one game, and it's hard to tell whether they're enjoying it or not. Like they're getting so caught up in it, like competitively. And I'm not saying it's bad to be competitive, but they've kind of changed from the first time I've seen them, where they're a little relaxed, they're joking around, they're having fun, to okay, now they're just like stone cold. They're playing to win now, and they're playing this game all the time. So definitely, I agree with Pat where you got to play the games you enjoy. Whether the viewers like it or not, you're eventually going to find viewers that are going to like that game and love to watch you play. I'll say, like Batman, I used to play. I finished the game now, but I had like 0 viewers. And by the end of it, I had 8 to 9 viewers watching me every night I was playing it. Like, it's crazy. It's crazy how people just enjoy the stuff that you like.
Right, for sure.
How they're able to find you.
For sure. Sean, Sean, send me that, bro. Like, whisper it to me or something like that.
I'll send it to you. I'll send it to Pat. Or spam was possible.
Let me get to Nate real quick. What you thankful for? Everything. Like, you troll sometimes, Nate. So I'm trying to figure out if you're serious or not. If you're being serious, I'm thankful for everything. I mean, there's not enough time in the rest of this podcast. I'm thankful for everything, man. I'm thankful to be in this podcast right now. Like, I'm thankful to be alive. Like folks ask me sometimes, in my DMs, something like that, man, Pat, like perspective, man. Like, how do you keep it all like in perspective? It's extremely simple. It's not some magic formula. It's extremely simple for me. I woke up this morning.
Yeah. Yo, Risco. I'm not sure if I agree with Healthy Kid. Totally fine if you're enjoying it, but people can play a variety game most of it and have no fun at all. No, no, no. I'm not saying go and play a variety of games, Briscoe. If you're enjoying the stuff that you do, then go and do it. If you enjoy playing one game, then go and play it. If you enjoy playing 5 or 6 games and mixing it up every other day, then go and do that. And at the end of the day, this is just my opinion, but don't go and play a game just because other people want you to play it. If you want to go and play it because other people want you to play it, go and do it. This is my opinion. You don't have to go and do that. I just honestly I've got stress doing that. It stresses me out. I don't enjoy the game. It makes the game no fun for me if I'm focused on viewers all the time, because let's say I'm going and I'm playing Fortnite every day and I'm getting like 10 viewers every weekend. And then this one weekend, everybody's gone. They're going and watching some ninja stream, and I'm only getting 0 viewers. Then that honestly, I'm just gonna hit a depression because I'm already mad at the game because I've been playing it all the time just for these viewers, and now nobody's showing up. You know what I mean? Yeah, definitely. I thought you were saying that was just wanted to clarify. Oh no, I get you, man. It's all love. It's all love. There's no there's no animosity for sure. Extreme advanced have for people to ask questions, great advice. I honestly would love to join your community and be a part of this. Oh man, that I really appreciate that, Sean. That's all the love, man. Seriously, that means so much.
Oh, dude, I'm honored, Sean. It'd be a pleasure, brother, 1,000%. Real quick, man, I want to get up to Jack. Um, Jack, bro, I have empathy. I have no idea what it's like to have epilepsy, bro. I'm not gonna sit here and act like I do, but I'm looking at your message. You said I work at a warehouse slash industrial setting, no quota, and can't pace my workload at work because the company is backed up some 2 days work
Oh,
of deliveries shipping out from distribution center. This is my
that's big.
the quickest, easiest way. Like I said, I can't talk about epilepsy, but this is what I can talk about is the work part.
Mm,
Um, you say you've got all that stuff going on at work. It sounds like you might be stressed out a little bit.
mm,
I could be wrong. You might love it. It sounds like you might be a little stressed out a little bit. It's gonna sound so cliche, for sure. Um, man, if it's stressing you out, brother, find another job.
mm, mm.
I don't know.
Yeah,
Everybody's gonna have their difference of
yeah,
opinion on that, but it's
yeah,
pretty simple. My happiness is utmost important.
for
It's
sure.
utmost important. If I got to take a pay cut, whatever, I'm gonna work someplace where I'm happy and do
Yeah,
what I got to do on the side to make up that extra money.
yeah,
Or there's a way to do something, right? Like downgrade. Like, oh, I might be getting paid less. Okay, well that might means that she might need to live in a lesser apartment, a lesser house.
yeah,
What's your what fuels your happiness?
yeah,
For sure.
yeah.
I mean that's my 2 cents on it,
Oh,
brother. Like I said,
I
I'm not gonna act like I know about the other stuff, but
Yeah, I agree about that opinion, Pat. But at the same time, I'm not going to go and tell Jack here to leave his job. Epilepsy is a big deal. I know a couple friends and a couple coworkers who have it. That is a big monster to fight. But at the same time, like Texan said, you don't want to be going to stress, going and dealing with all the stress all the time, right? You're If you can change it, then change it, man. Right? Don't get me wrong. There's stress in your life that you can't go and change, that you got to kind of just go and work through, and eventually you'll work through it. But if you can go and change something in your life to maybe help out or kind of loosen a little bit of this stress up, then definitely, man, go and make sure you're taking care of yourself, for sure, for sure. Uh, intellect. Yeah, I'm Canadian, man. I'm Canadian.
you said Wisconsin.
Yeah, yeah. Me and Zydo go way back. Me and Zydo go way back, man. Went on vacation
Oh,
with my family. I have a wife and a kid, and that was for mine and their happiness. When I got back, I was demoted, and I was totally fine with that because I'm happy. And that's the thing, right? It's going along with what you truly care about, what you value as your life, Briscoe. And honestly, man, it sounds like you got your priorities in really good check, in my opinion. Like family for me is huge, and that's awesome. That's awesome, man.
Man.
The O's he says, LOL. Yeah, I
Hey.
don't notice that either, man. I don't notice that either.
Oh shoot, that's hilarious. Risco, man, salute, brother. I love that take.
Yeah,
I'm gonna go back up, bro. EP, my boy. I took a pay cut to get my new job. Now I'm working way harder for less money. But in the long run, after I put all the work in and get through school, it actually be a way better job than my original. And that's the other thing too. You know, nobody said success was gonna be easy,
yeah.
and it shouldn't be easy. You know,
Mm,
anything great in life worth having takes patience, consistency, dedication, sacrifice,
exactly.
all
Yeah.
of it, all of it. So
It doesn't. It's not even work. We're talking here. We're talking everything.
everything,
Everything. Whether it's your relationships, whether it's your work, whether it's some vacation you want to go on, whether it's some house you want, anything in your life, you're gonna have to bust your butt to get it. Anything that comes easy, you don't want that. You want something that
won't be
you're gonna have
able.
to put the effort in. Definitely. Sorry to cut you off there, Pat, but I
No,
just want.
no, yeah, for sure. If it comes easy, it's probably not gonna be there long.
Yeah.
Um, but I mean, like Gary V, he says like eating dirt, right? Like that's
Yeah.
basically what my boy EP's talking about. Like eating dirt, doing what he has to do to, what. Listen, life comes in seasons. He's going through this season right now, doing what he has to do to get to that point where he's got that job that he really wants.
Yeah.
And that happens too.
Mm,
You might be working at a position at your job, um, but it's like, all right, I'm eating the dirt right now, but I'm putting the work to get to this position.
yeah.
You might not too much like what you're doing, but you really want that position.
Mm,
So that's part of it.
yeah.
But yeah, it's just sacrifice, man. But it pays in the long run. Every
100% it does.
1,000%. And Sean, I'm gonna check my Twitter DM here in a little bit, brother. I'll check it out, bro.
I'm in
Check it out.
business, so I pride myself on responsible growth. I'm not just getting followers just to get them. I'm getting the people who come by, and slow and steady, and I love meeting them. Sean, that is exactly the stuff I love to see, man. I love to see it, man. I don't like the whole people going and doing the follower for follower thing. I've done that, by the way, at the start. I'm not, I ain't about that anymore. But what you said right there about building the personal relationships with people who stop by, Sean, that is exactly, I love that. Responsible growth. 100%, man. 100%. As far as where you have 200 viewers to compared to the person who has 2,000 viewers and only maybe two of them stop by, right? 203 followers per stream, and I can build connections. Exactly. Exactly. And those people talk. They're like, man, the Sean dude is the coolest guy. And let's say for some reason he's got the funniest laugh. He goes and he jokes all the time on his streams. We have like an awesome time, and they're going in they're 15 years old, and they go and tell kids at their school, right? And then you just spread. That's uh exactly what you want to do, bro.
Yeah.
Do you guys engage lurkers, or do you just let them lurk and allow them to speak first when they feel comfortable? I feel uncomfortable like going and getting like just talking to lurkers randomly. Like I'll talk to myself in stream about the game and stuff until somebody talks, but I'm not sure about you, Pat. Like what do you do with.
For sure. Yeah, I appreciate it. Yeah, I really want to touch on that real quick, Sean. Everything healthy said. I'm just gonna I piggyback all of it. That's what it's all about. Um, Keep that patience in your community
Mm,
so high, and your opportunity to to grow is unlimited. I do it. I'll always do it. You know, like Healthy said, 2 to 3 genuine folks that like think the world about you. It's worth so much more than that empty calorie number of followers that you have. There's no engagement. You're losing. Simple.
Yep.
So that's that. And I love meeting mine too, Sean. It's the best, brother. 1,000%. Do you guys engage lurkers? Okay, EP personally, I don't. Um, I say often from time to time, hey, I appreciate all the love, whether you're lurking, chatting, stuff like that. I just whenever they're ready, if they're ready, I try to just make them feel comfortable and valued enough that you can always talk to me in any capacity. If you don't want to talk in the chat, you can whisper me. You can send me a DM on Twitter. Whatever. Love is love. If somebody's gonna show me love by lurking, and they lurk their whole time while I stream, even if it's a few years from now, it's all love. If they get engaged in the chat, I make them I try to make them feel comfortable.
Yep, definitely. Because you don't want somebody just sitting there playing a game with just like silence in the background. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You want to have like a little bit of action going on, so they kind of just sit back and kind of enjoy it, right? Have a little bit of expression in your voice or in your face, depending on whether you have the face cam or not. For sure.
And like the other thing too is, this probably happened to you, Healthy. This happens to everybody. You might have 10, 12 folks watching you. Nobody's talking.
That was that
you
25.
You might have a stream. You might have a stream full of lurkers. That happens, and that's okay. Like that's when you gotta like get in your bag and remember when you didn't have these viewers and it was just you and the camera, and you got to get back like humble, like stay humble. Like remember when it was just you and the camera, and y'all were rocking, y'all were vibing, playing whatever game. Talk to yourself and keep on doing, man. Don't ever forget what got you to the 25 viewers, right?
Definitely. And it's to the point where I stopped. I thanked everybody in the stream. I was like, man, I just hit a big landmark. And I was like, okay, it's back to business as usual after that. Just kind of